feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel, cause this driving kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go. Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Yo, yo. How's it going? What's up? Who's going to be the first today? No one was fighting at first. You know what? I didn't turn on my live until right at 2 o'clock. So, I didn't get anyone a chance to get in here early. What's up, what's up, what's up? You know what's up? And I guess I should tweet it out. Yellow, what up?
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have
Twitch.tv/Coach Antor. Oh, I'm dual listening to your show and the Voice Advisory Council meeting. Hey, I heard that was like right now at the same time. I heard those were at the same time. Is that open to everybody, or are you on the advisory board? Same? Where are you all listening to this? It's first Monday. I'm on the advisory board, but I think any director can join. Oh, nice. So it's only the first Monday of the month? Nice. That is good to know. Well, how about you live tweet or live message what's happening? Yeah. Good afternoon. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Directors Advisory Council is now open for sign up. Interesting. Interesting. You know, I was thinking about messaging you to let you know there was a conflict, but never got around to it. They messaged me last month. I thought it was every Monday, but I guess it's only once. How many people are in that? What's up, Jacob? Right now there's 25. Well, shoot. It actually doesn't sound like a lot, but it's all the people who are probably involved enough to watch my show and or do that. In addition to Russ and Jesse. Yeah. Only 25 in the call today. My man, how are you? I am fantastic. I am vibing. A bit later on, we're gonna have Kurt Kim on from Co-College. He's gonna bring registration numbers for the 4 leagues, the 4 big leagues, and we'll talk about it. It'll be interesting. I'd rather be in here anyway. Fair. Yeah. This is more fun. I can turn down the music so the people in the voice call can actually listen to the voice situation. Oh man. Honestly, not a lot of crazy stuff happening in collegiate this week. I did see a tweet, I think this morning, from Clarky that I don't know if I necessarily agree with fully. Let's see if I can snag this. One of the greatest mistakes is to judge something based on its intentions. You have to judge things based on their outcomes. That's an interesting quote. I forgot. It's basically, is it Machiavelli who said the ends justify the means? Not necessarily in agreement with that quote. I wish people in our space would take this more seriously. Ideas are great, but they have to have intentionality and follow through. We have to innovate. I get that. Right now, we have no viewers, no big watch parties. I remember back in 2015, there were huge watch parties in college campuses. It's regressed. Interesting take here. I get it. Like, I do remember back in the day, like, there were big watch parties for, like, League of Legends Worlds. But I think what's worth kind of thinking about is that back then, there were, I would argue, probably less gamers And people would like go to those events to find other gamers. But now, like, I think almost everyone is a gamer or is gaming. Like, there are more gamers now. Does that mean there are less fans of esports? I don't know about that either. But I think there was like a conscious effort to go to those types of watch parties. And now I think the current generation would much rather just watch it on their second monitor and hang out in their dorm. That's my thought process on it. I guess, but like in terms of attendance of esports type events, I could agree with it being not a regression. Maybe that's a little too harsh, but a decrease in attendance. But there are a lot of reasons why that is. Their land is happening on Easter weekend. Why would they do it on Easter weekend? That's crazy. That's stupid. Let people have holidays, dude. That's Great Lakes CRL and Great Lakes Valorant. Why would they do their LAN over Easter? That's stupid. I'd be angry. Players and coaches need their breaks, man. Especially holidays that are supposed to be with family. I mean, my experience, you just gotta do more for the event than just put the game on the TV. Having merch and food helps a ton, plus advertising. Totally fair. In 2015, the only influencers in the world were celebrities and film music. The world is not the same place. In 10 years, the level of access has grown. For sure. That's true. Orgs and publishers are actually pretty generous with merch. Are they? I remember they used to be a lot more. I mean, you used to just be able to like sign up school address and then Riot would send you a ton of stuff. And I don't even know if they do that anymore. Definitely more than before than now. Yeah, for sure. I think our space is heavily devalued by competing pricing for national organizations. We try to cater to a massive spectrum of programs. We have to not meet the industry where it's at, but push it forward again. I'm cooking something that will launch this fall. Gonna try something new. Cryptic. Extremely cryptic tweet. Riot did this past year and it was actually pretty cool. Oh, that's good. Nice. Did anyone tune into the Dicker TJ show debate thing on Friday? I went into their chat because I think I was busy. Friday night is not the time for me to watch any Twitch stuff. But I hopped in and it looked like he was gaming while they were talking. You saw the VOD? I didn't even watch the VOD. Red Bull is pretty good about getting cans on campus. Yeah, we just got a ton of Red Bull dropped off on our campus too. For sure. The Control Alt debate, a live debate tackling the industry's hottest topics. I might watch the VOD. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. So I went into David's thing and he had like 6 viewers, and then I went into TJ's and he had like 3 viewers, and I was like, what's going on here? And then, yeah, I saw he was gaming while he was talking and I left. But again, Fridays are not my time. I don't spend much time on the PC on Friday nights. Yeah. Any reactions on it? Is it a must watch type idea? I was busy at a friend's place watching VCT. Fair. I spent last Saturday at a high school esports tournament. So that's 2 Saturdays in a row supporting the local high school. This one, a couple more college coaches came out. 4 p.m. on Friday. Esports doesn't exist to me until 10 a.m. on Monday. Fair. The topics were pretty neat. Interesting topic was the whole scholarship cap conversation for me. Whoa, high school esports. Yeah, Yeah, our local library actually hosted it, along with one of the high schools in the area. One of the coaches helped put it on. They had Smash, Rocket League, and Mario Kart, and then they had like Fortnite free play after Rocket League. Good event. I mean, it was good. It was good to be there. Yeah, there's a couple other college coaches like Noah, Chris Bilski from Michigan State. We had Coach Dakota, who oversees MySEF, one of the high school leagues, and also coaches at Grand Valley, was there. Tommy, who is the interim director at Aquinas, was there. It was fun. It was good. Got to see a bunch of people. Pretty cool. Had 2 top 5 Smash players match up in the finals, which was cool to see. Yeah, there's some talent. Mario Kart is on the up and up. Honestly, it has been. Like, Mario Kart has been consistently offered at the high school level, and I think it's growing. I don't know if I guess I'm surprised that there's not anyone trying to support it collegiately, like in an official capacity, only because there's so many kids, it seems like, that are competing. Like there was more players that are competing in Mario Kart that were high school students in Mario Kart than Rocket League, I think. Yeah, and for the recruitment focused programs, I don't know why you haven't just hopped on. ECAC teaming up with MKL is huge. I know nothing about it. Over Rocket League, that's huge. Yeah. Now, I think there's a couple schools who didn't make it for Rocket League or didn't come out for some reason, but yeah, Mario Karting League does. No, I know there's a league for it, but what I'm saying from a program perspective, like there hasn't been a ton of adoption from my perspective. Like people actively recruiting and scholarshiping Mario Kart players just as a recruitment tactic. I mean, it seems like an easy 2 kids you could pick up. Yeah, I don't know of any schools giving scholarships to players from Mario Kart. Yeah, exactly. And I think part of that, I don't know Mario Kart competitively, so I don't know like if there's even like enough strategy for there to be like a collegiate. I guess there's a collegiate league, so there probably is, but part of it's going to be like a lot of directors probably aren't going to take Mario Kart seriously. But at some point, if there's high school leagues around it, why not just become the place for Mario Kart players? I don't know. 6v6 Mario Kart is cool. Interesting. Do you think MK will gain more scholarship traction as legacy titles dip more? I would assume that more schools would just give scholarships for Mario Kart just to get those students in their doors. Like if I was at Aquinas and my bosses said I needed to get X number in my recruitment class and I was struggling, like Mario Kart is probably an easy pickup. Do you know any schools giving out scholarships for Fortnite? Noah's in chat. He does. I don't know a ton of them. I know we have a pretty good Fortnite team, but that might be because a lot of like the top teams dipped out of collegiate. I don't really know. I don't know the landscape. But I know like we mainly just work with walk-ons. So if walk-ons, I think walk-on our Fortnite team, I think won the NACE National Championship last year. Which not downplaying anything that our players are doing, but walk-ons shouldn't be able to win national championships. So I'm assuming the big schools stopped supporting it, unless if we have a pro Fortnite player on campus, which I don't think we do. But yeah. Mona Shores have stacked high school Fortnite teams. Fair. Yeah. Yeah, bagging and item strategy can get pretty intense. Yeah, I can see that. There's a ton of strategy actually. Yeah, I can see that. I don't like Mario Kart. Now, my girlfriend is freaking intense at Mario Kart. I refuse to play with her anymore because she's too good. Like when I was getting Mario Kart's like the chill game you play. Okay, you chill playing. I get in Mario Kart. Yeah, let's play Mario Kart. That'd be fun. And I get in, and it's like, she's like, you're picking that character and those wheels, and I'm like, no, I'm out. Nope. I'm out. I'm just here to play. I'm playing fun. I ain't, Mario Kart will not become a strategy esport for me. No, sorry. It can't for other people. I think Fortnite is a missed opportunity, to be honest. I think, honestly, yeah. And it's, oh man. I think what's interesting to recognize is the continued support and investment in Fortnite from Epic. And like every conversation that's ever happened with Epic is how important they see Fortnite still being and how Fortnite creative continues to grow and continues to be an area of emphasis for them. Now, how do you convert Fortnite creative into esports? There's a question there. But knowing that that Epic is still so strong on it, and I think creative's really big. I'm assuming, yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there. Found a pro Fortnite player, top 100 easily on campus, but he wasn't interested in playing competitively. Biggest tragedy. Oh, that is sad. Mario Kart meta is insane. If it's not Mario Kart, I'm not taking it that serious. What's your esports comparison for the Luka trade to the Lakers? I think it's like trading Joey for Doc. Oh, dang. That's crazy. Actually, that's probably a good comparison. I like that comparison because like it's not. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could top that one. I don't know like all the crazy details. I saw the trade. I saw it happen like out of nowhere. But like I don't follow the NBA, so I would not be the perfect person, but I liked that comparison based off my knowledge. Man, I want custom ballistic maps for Fortnite. Ballistic isn't the most competitive, but I personally find it fun and I want more maps. I've never played it. I honestly have never really played Fortnite creative, so I know nothing. A popular creative map with an esports scene could pay for itself if it got popular enough, for sure. I don't know if I've ever seen an esports prize pool put behind a custom game yet in Fortnite. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know of one. But my understanding is like from where I'm standing in my knowledge of where Epic is, I think that's where they want it to be. Like even in conversations like 2 years ago, when they were looking at licensing Fortnite to collegiate leagues, Fortnite Creative was like a pivotal piece of that puzzle. Like that they needed. Like they needed Fortnite Creative to be a part of the pitch, which is crazy. Make a Dota map on Fortnite. Seriously. I mean, Smite. Where's Chase? Go make a Smite map. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know anything about Fortnite creative. So it's hard for me to talk about like what could happen or what should happen. I just know that Epic has the last couple years seen creative as one of their like main areas of focus and investment. Recreate all esports titles in creative and then you don't have to deal with any publishers. True, until they like sue you for IP in that regard. I don't know. The only consistent in the developers meeting with leagues is they gaslight the league with false hope and the developers reap benefits with no accountability. That might be true in some instances. I think a lot of the individuals that I've worked with in the past, some of them aren't at developers anymore, but they cared. Their hands were just a little tied, but also we as directors and even collegiate leagues come at the conversation with a set of understandings and expectations and hopes. The developers are coming from a different set of knowledge, expectations, and hopes. And I don't think we have been willing to change our expectations or hopes or goals to better align with developers in some of those. Finally made a Bantor. Hey, welcome. So I think that's I think part of the balancing act that I don't know if we've done. Cough, EFU's payoffs, cough, riot, rotaries. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of issues that have arisen and been there. But I don't know. Like the willingness of Epic talking, like specific pieces of Epic or teams of Epic talking to me and probably anyone else in the space who's tried to talk to them from an academic perspective. Like they seem like really open to doing stuff, but you also have to like align some of those ideas with what they want to get done or what their focuses are. Um, and they know what's coming down the pipeline, what they're developing, where they're getting their money, etc. So I don't know. Microsoft and Minecraft are the best in the business with academic integration and support. That might be true. That might be true. I don't know. I I know a lot. I can get a hold of the Epic education team a lot easier, and I know who they are versus Microsoft's. Like I don't know who. For a time it was like a bunch of teachers who were like Minecraft education people. But I don't think any of them that I knew of are still there. Like I don't know who those people would be. And maybe I mean someone else does, obviously. But like for me, I'm much more knowledgeable about working with Epic. There's K-12 schools that run an entire curriculum that is immersive Minecraft with project-based learning. Yeah, I spent some time looking at like I think it's Farmcraft, which was like a way to teach farming, I guess, through Minecraft. Um and there's a lot of that curriculum stuff with Minecraft, which is really cool. I don't know how well it's or how adopted or how many schools have adopted it or used it. That'd be an interesting conversation. I don't know. From my knowledge of Minecraft, I feel like it's more limited than maybe a Fortnite creative could be, but that's purely based on, I guess, assumptions of what the two can be and do. I don't know. For the Magic the Gathering fans, I just created my first commander deck out of cards I have, so it's going to be trash, but I've been using the same precon for months and months, and I think it was time. Exciting. It is exciting. You'll see it. You'll see it this weekend. I think it's this weekend. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I just kind of like built one based off of cards I have, but also like the game style that I like playing, which is very bland and boring, so don't expect much. But I figured first attempt, see how it goes, build off of it. And yeah, should be fun. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me pull up Discord here. See if. Oh, Kurt's ready. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if we can get Kurt in the chat. Oh, can't hear you. 1 second. Gotta change stuff over. Boop, boop, boop. How about now? Hey, okay. All right, you are live. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Let me pull up.
Just gearing up for first week of NECC this week.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
yeah,
Let's change
Valorant's
this.
tonight. So,
Oh, nice. How's your team looking?
we're in Division 8, which is the second to lowest division, but
Nice.
that's why I like the NECC. We'll be competitive no matter where we're at.
Yeah. All right, so we got some spring registration numbers. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this the best way. We can look at.
I should pull up your stream to see what is actually on.
Try two different things. Create new. Let's see if.
While you pull that up, I'll
Yeah.
entertain the chat here.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know me, I'm Kurt Kim. I'm the director of esports at Co College. Also co-rankings director in OWCRA with Twin Salty this year, which has been fun. Last semester, I looked up numbers for registration just purely on I wanted to know, and plus I really wanted to know how much Nace Playfly split hurt them Just kind of curious. And so got the fall numbers, and then got spring numbers uh, this year. And one big thing too, I don't know if you're able to put up like both at the same time,
Yeah,
um,
possibly.
but the big thing with fall to spring that like anyone should know is numbers are going to go down no matter what. That's just how it kind of always is. Uh, but the numbers for some went down a lot more than others. Obviously, if you have a lot more teams, you're probably going to see more of a big, dip in numbers. Again, NECC comes on top with the most teams registered, and then ECAC actually probably benefited the most from the NACE Playfly split for numbers wise, but even their numbers are quite a bit down. And so is Playfly and NACE, but really not as much compared to kind of the other divisions. Uh, I thought Overwatch would get hurt by Marvel Rivals. Um, I think we'll really see potentially the numbers next year when leagues start hosting Marvel Rivals. I know the community college, the NJCA or whatever that's called, they're already said that they're hosting. I think Playfly already said that they're going to be hosting Marvel Rivals next year. I hear rumblings that NECC, and if they're doing it, NACE will probably do it as well. And so it'll be really interesting to see Overwatch numbers next year if it takes a bunch out or do students just play both, which would be pretty interesting. Um, start in spring, so pretty normal. Yeah, and then this doesn't take in effect like the CVAL or those numbers. But yeah, a lot of those are in the spring as well. So some teams may not play
Oh,
the
this is
national
interesting.
leagues, but
Yeah. So I just looking at NACE's numbers from spring to fall or fall to spring, it looks like there's about a little less than a 20% drop in every game title except Overwatch, which had a 25%, which could be that Marvel Rivals idea. A little bit of extra drop.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see too. I know a lot of directors and club teams were confused with the NACE Playfly split. And some
Yes.
signed up and didn't know they're actually signing up for Playfly and they thought they were signing up for NACE. Um, so it'll be interesting, like potentially next year, what the numbers look like when people have a better understanding that they're two separate leagues.
Yes.
Um, and the directions that the leagues decide to go. NACE is going to have new leadership soon, so it'll be interesting to see the direction that they decide to go to, um, as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, no, we have historically been more club focused as a like at Ferris. We've let our students kind of decide where they wanted to compete, and even this spring we were still having conversations about what is like they didn't understand that there was a difference between NACE and Playfly,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming that is the same with coaches and directors who aren't necessarily like in all the conversations. And yeah, no, I definitely think it hurts. I think it hurts Playfly way more. I think what's interesting to recognize is that everyone competing in NACE is paying NACE dues. So they're paying a lot of money to play. Versus Playfly, they have those club open divisions. NACE does not have open divisions anymore. Um, so like from my perspective, like the quality of a NACE registrant is much higher than the quality of a Playfly registrant. And
Yeah.
I would argue the same is equivalent to some of the other leagues, but I don't necessarily know if that's true. And like because NECC's pay structure is
They have two different
different.
pay structures. So they
Okay.
have One where you can get into everything. That includes their core ones like Overwatch, Rocket League, those games. And then you can be like in a their like off title one. I think it's like $800 instead of the whatever the full one is, where you're then eligible for like all the sports titles, TFT, Hearthstone, those type of games.
Right.
It's also interesting because all four are, like you said, structured differently. Like Nace has those basically two different divisions. Playfly has like four different divisions. ECAC actually has gone to having more skilled based divisions, not as many as NECC, and then NECC has gone all in on the skilled based divisions, and they have 9 divisions with their most popular titles.
Right. What? How do you determine what leagues your school's competing in?
Well, the very first year, so I've been at Co for 4 years. The very first year we did ECAC, at least the first semester. Um, and then I found out about NECC and the divisions base, and we had like lower kind of tiered teams or like skill based teams. I was like, well, let's try that out. And then uh, that went really well. We did do Nace when it was with Playfly, and they had like the free
Yeah.
open um, as for our Overwatch team because we had a higher skilled Overwatch team. So we're like, oh, we want to be in another league. Um, but overall, I've been again, I'm kind of biased because I've been involved with like competition committee and other stuff with NECC, but it just fits our school the best because um, when I recruit, it's more a fit about personality and not so much skill that I want at Co.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be great to get high skill level players. That would be amazing. But I'm more looking again, kind of like how our admins want numbers. We need numbers.
Yeah.
It's kind of a small thing, small school thing, and then so like the skill doesn't make as doesn't matter as much. So that's why NECC fits so well. So then we can be in a hopefully a division that is competitive. It isn't always the case. You're always going to have your top teams and lower teams in the division, but you're more likely to have those more competitive games.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what, for the most part, when we were competing at Ferris in Playfly and now Nace, it's like we're always doing Varsity Plus because we want to be competitive. Um, but we can't compete against those top teams with what we have. I think for us, we've basically we've selected this year leagues based on first what day of the week each game is competing on. That's like our number one because we have 200 students competing in our program and only 30 PCs. So
That's a ton. Yeah.
that's our first thing. And then the second one's usually like vibes, I would say. Like the students themselves are picking the leagues for the most part this year. It's going to change next year. But for right now, they're picking, and it's based on vibes. Like the Call of Duty team refuses to play a Nace ever again, and I think it's because of how Nace admins dealt with one of their issues last year. So like,
Yeah.
I call that vibes, like the vibe check on how each team has a vibe check on whatever league, and then obviously I think there are more competitive or higher, more prestigious leagues for certain game titles. I think NECC has historically always been like the Valorant league. And I think a lot of that has to do with like Caleb being so into Valorant and making sure all the top Valorant teams are playing in NECC.
Yeah.
Uh,
Overwatch has been up there too for NECC lately.
that's fair. That's fair.
Some of the top teams decide not to. It's interesting to see what teams don't do stuff. So like Illinois State, they already got an automatic bid for nationals in NECC, and so they're not doing NECC in the spring. But they also had the Missouri Valley Conference in the spring, so
Mm,
they have to do that, and they're kind of I don't know if they're the leaders per se, but like they're the most prestigious school in that conference.
yeah,
So and they have students that do OWCS as well. They're on pro teams,
that's
so
fair. Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
have to decide what to do in the spring.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's true. I think more of a better compare, like to figure out what, like the difference between or what happened after the Nace play fly split. I think it'd be interesting more so to grab numbers on varsity, like Nace Star League and versus Nace now. My guess is it's
Yeah.
probably similar. It might be even lower. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the competitive teams, the hyper competitive teams are moving away from these national leagues. Like I would say most directors who are like involved seem to be either wanting to or actively moving away from national leagues and putting more emphasis on smaller conference slash regional based competition. Would you agree with that?
For a little bit. It all depends too. Like, as long as CVAL, CLOL, and like Blizzard, Homecoming, and Spring Championships are still a thing, that's a possibility. But like Overwatch Spring Championship hasn't even been announced yet. I don't even know if there
Yeah.
will be one.
Yeah.
So like some teams that would normally do that, that's free. Um,
Right.
and some schools, that's all they do for Overwatch is that because it's free.
Right.
Um, and we don't have a free thing anymore. It used to be Nace Playfly when they had the Star League or whatever, the free one. But there's no free leagues anymore, which I don't think is a bad thing. But it takes some teams out.
True. Yeah. Coach only asks, what makes you want to play in National League over a conference? I like Noah's answer in terms of level of competition, whether that's you're looking for better competition or you're looking for more equivalent competition to yourself. Um, because if you're in a conference that's really bad and you're a really good team, you want to go play really good teams. If you're a really bad team and you're in a really good conference, you want to find teams that you could maybe beat. Uh, but also I think there is an idea of like national competition that feeds into a LAN event or the possibility of a LAN event. I think brings some value. Um, Surely you could select into a conference or similar competition. That's not really how these regional conferences are structured, though. So, like, regional conferences are structured based on a variety of different factors, but it's across all game titles. So, you might have a really good league team and then a really bad Valorant team, but you're still competing against the same schools when it comes to like regional competition. But when you go into a national league, that's where things get separated by game title. Because no, I don't think because all the benefits of like regional or conference based competition outside of national leagues is that like you're playing against the same school across all game titles or most of them. And I think you throw that away if you do like conference based for every game title. And also the amount of work that would be crazy. Surely,
Yeah,
just get
we
better. Yeah, sure, that too.
because we compete in both, right? So we have the Midwest Valley Esports Conference that we started last year, which is basically schools from our athletic conference plus a couple affiliate schools. So there's 8 schools this year in it, and we do 4 different titles, 2 in the fall, 2 in the spring. And then we play them kind of like the Big Ten, where we play that one school in both those titles
Right.
during that week. Um, but yeah, like so, like our Overwatch team will be up there like first or second, probably second behind Cornell this year. But like our Rocket League team didn't even come close to winning a game. Where now they'll play NECC and they'll be competitive because they'll be in a skill based division.
Right.
But we do both. I put teams in no matter what. I think it's good to, even if you're going to get killed and you may not win a single game. I think it's good to for those regional to have a team even in there. Because I think the regional competition is healthy. I think it's good for rivalries and stuff like that. But I also think there's room for the National League too, to get those maybe closer matches that you may not have in a regional setting.
True. I think I could see my administration being more open to conversations around, hey, we're competing in the GLIAC, which is our traditional athletic conference, and we're getting stomped in League of Legends. And the only way to get more competitive is to up the scholarship pool. I see that conversation going better than, hey, we're in a national league and we're getting stomped. We need more money. Like, I think the
Oh
idea
yeah,
of like, hey,
yeah,
we're in this league local competition that all our president knows the other presidents, our athletic director knows the other athletic departments, and the idea that we're not winning in that, I think, is more profound than not winning in national competition.
Admins definitely understand probably regional competition more, because a lot of times it's one team per school.
Yeah.
Um, and like for us, we get to go against Wartburg and BVU and Simpson.
Yeah.
We play them in every sport, so
Right.
it makes sense that we play against them in esports if they have it. So that's why we created it. And then we added affiliate schools of Cornell, Illinois College, and Gustavus Adolphus because they're similar to us.
Okay.
They're D3 schools, but and then it also allows us to have a LAN. We do a semifinals and finals at Simpson at the end of the school year for all 4 titles, which is huge.
Nice.
And it's expensive to do LANs, so we did all 4 at the end of the year, even though 2 of the titles were in the fall.
Okay.
So we had the regular season and then we do the playoffs at the end of the spring. Um,
Does
but
everyone get to go to that? Like all the teams?
no. So we'll do first round online and then it's semifinals and finals.
Got it. Is that a time restraint
Usually,
or a
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's timing. Because we want to stream all the games and we're just having one main stage and that's where all
Interesting.
the games are going to be played.
Okay.
And so we'll do 2 titles on Saturday and then 2 titles on Sunday.
Fascinating. Okay.
And we're going to do a third place match as well. So no matter what you go to the LAN, you're going to play semifinals and then either a finals or a third place. So you get at least 2 games.
Nice.
Makes it a little bit easier for those that have to travel a little bit. So you're not
Right.
just playing one and being done.
Right. Coach only says I think competition would level itself out if it fed into a national system. If one conference was weak, better players would transfer in to win and get a bid to nationals.
Well, I've had thoughts of a way for a regional to go into a national, but um a lot of people hate the idea of doing only like a Division 3. Like, well, they have Project One in NECC,
Right.
which makes sense because the D1s want to compete against D1s. It's
Right.
kind of the thing. I put out the idea of doing a Project 3, and really didn't get the feedback that I thought I would. Many of the directors saying like, "Oh, I don't want to just pigeonhole us against only D3." I'm like, you can do both though. Still, I don't know if
Mm.
they understood. Like, you can still do your regional and do a national league. You're not subject to just do your regional league. But the idea was either have regional leagues or tournaments that qualified you to a national D3 tournament the same weekend as the NECC LAN event. Um, but not enough interest. Not yet, at least.
Interesting. Yeah, I love the idea of feeding into national competition. I think we have historically, at least in NACE, we've had a few loud minority opinions of the idea of allowing weaker conferences to get a bid into a national playoff when there are really much stronger conferences that get the same treatment. Almost like a CLOL partner conference versus regional conference issue, uh, which I don't agree with. I think that's short-term thinking, to be honest with you. I think what we should be heading towards, or what we will head towards, is everyone is in conference level competition, and then those conferences feed into a national playoff. And I think NACE
You,
should be positioning themselves to be that. That's my
yeah,
opinion.
you kind of see it with CECC, right? You got your
Right. Yes.
NACC, Playfly, ECAC. They all get automatic qualifiers, but you also have um, the Peach Belt, I think, is also in there. Texas qualifier, Midwest. You got the MAAC or UCL. You got
Right.
a ton of different ones, and you got some that like the WCL, which usually probably would have been Arizona State for like Overwatch. I'm just thinking Overwatch here, but it won't be them because they got an automatic qualifier from the West qualifiers. So
Hmm.
it's going to go to like potentially Grand Canyon University or U of A,
Yeah.
and they're much lower skill level
See,
for the team. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just
yeah.
it's just you're gonna have those teams no matter what.
Yeah. Well, we have a conference that feeds into CECC, but this year they elected that Rocket League is not getting an auto bid unless if the conference paid for that auto bid
Oh,
from
really?
CECC, which it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, money's money. But
True.
the idea of like, well, this is a small conference no one's heard of, maybe not the most competitive. We're not going to give it to them anymore. We're going to charge them for it and they can buy it. So now it's pay to win.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're not paying it. So, yeah, I guess the best team in our conference, which is a pretty competitive and good team, will have to find a different way to make it to CECC. But they are giving us a bid for Smash. So I don't,
Hmm.
I don't get it. I mean, obviously our conference is not as sellable from a advertisement standpoint as like the Big Ten. So I kind of get it, but
That
yeah,
makes me almost want to like make my own conference, like the Iowa Overwatch conference, and see if CCC would get a automatic bid to that type of thing. If you get enough good teams, would they? Are
I
people just going to
see.
rate
I don't know if it's good
conferences?
teams or if it's sellability to sponsorships. So
Oh,
like,
true. Yeah.
like I think for them, like the value, since they're literally they sell ads and sponsorships. Like that's what CSMG does. Um, they're going to look at the schools in your conference and say, what are the likelihood that those schools are going to get me another sponsor or more eyes on the match? And if they look at your small conference or a bunch of small schools, they're more likely to say, no, we're going to charge them for it. Is my
Yeah,
guess.
because you look at CCC, like Big Sky gets one, and for Overwatch, they don't really have any
Right.
good contenders in Overwatch. But the Big Sky conference, that's a known conference.
Exactly.
So yeah, it'll get eyes, like you said.
Which, like, again, I don't blame them. I think it feels crappy. But yeah, that's just, it is what it is. And it's what's going to be when you have entities that are solely there to sell sponsorships are going to run these things too. So like, I'm not a huge fan of CSMG or CECC, but I understand the value that it could bring programs in the space.
The crazy thing is, like for Overwatch, it might be the that might be like crowned the actual national champion for Overwatch, which a lot of people will see because there might not be a Blizzard Spring
Oh,
Championship. Like
yeah.
there has not been any word from anyone about it,
Yeah.
which is concerning. Um, but they they're probably trying to sell it off to someone else to run it, which there's no money in that, so I don't blame anyone for not buying it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I,
Atmosphere, there will be a Blizzard League. Yeah. It'll just the thing is the finals will be after graduation and then teams won't show up. So
uh,
that's what happened last year. It was bad. It was literally they wouldn't be able to reschedule because of graduation going on, and they wouldn't allow them to reschedule, which was interesting.
oh, nice. That's nice. Yeah. I mean, when you have people who aren't in the actual higher ed situation making those types of decisions, they're going to overlook that stuff or not think it's that important. Because my guess is that they had that conversation, but they're like, there's no other weekends, and they'll get over it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we'll make the exception. They'll figure out how to get out of the graduation.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Sad.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping on. I appreciate it, and thanks for getting these numbers together. This is interesting. I think it'll be interesting. You should tweet it out. I'll retweet it.
I will get the tweet out now.
Sweet. Cool. I will talk to you later.
All right, have a good
See ya.
one.
Well, there it is. That's the convo. Yeah, shout out to Kurt there for putting that together and Watch out for the tweet. I'll retweet it. It should be good. Yeah, I think it's good data to have, and I think there could be you could pull some more inferences based on some other data if you pulled it right. Like year over year would be interesting. I think looking at the Playfly and NACE numbers would take a little bit more conversation than just a flat year over year based on how Playfly allowed some teams into varsity that weren't actually NACE members, and varsity versus open type of deal. But yeah, good stuff. Watch them schedule it for the same weekend as CECC or something, which last year they did have some matches on the same weekend. I mean, can't expect anything different. That's for sure. Yeah. Sucks to see NACE lose numbers due to the split. I honestly, I don't know if they actually did. Like the idea, like for NACE, the open numbers didn't make a difference in terms of revenue. It might have made a difference in terms of relevance of the league. I think when you go from having the same, if not more, numbers than NECC as a league in total, even if they're split between varsity and open, you split those. I think it definitely hurts your relevance as a competitive league. I think one could easily argue that NACE and Playfly leagues aren't as prestigious as they might have been during the NACE Star League era. But that's just from my perspective, kind of on the outside of competition now. Like if you're in competition and you're super into NACE, like you could totally still see it that way. See NACE as like the premier league for X game title. But it's just harder to make that take, I think, at this point. And I think, yeah, I don't think anyone's doing them. I don't think either of them are doing themselves a service by how they've promoted who they are and made a lot of people confused on who's NACE and what's Playfly and what's NACE Star League and etc. All right, we're right at time. So I'm going to wrap it up. I got to go pack some stuff to send off in the mail from selling on eBay. If anyone else sells on eBay, let me know. I have a lot of fun doing it. But I got to go do that. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. I know it was a slow one. Hopefully we'll pick up some drama over the next week, or hopefully not. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully the voice advisory call went well for those who attended that. And I will talk to you all next week. Peace.